Podcast, FrontLeft all conversations. You got myself, Tezza, and I'm joined with
Trigger Trey and Josh at FTS, and I have to throw in Trey because he's not here today.
Yeah, man. And we got a special guest in the building. Like to introduce yourself.
I'm Owen Warner.
Okay.
Owen Warner, aka.
Oh, don't say that.
What are you
Go on, aka.
Romeo.
Romeo. There you go. People are gonna see.
Romeo done.
It's like, I wish I could change the name so much because the amount of like scouts people get shouting, "Oh, Romeo, Romeo!" Walking down the street, and I'm like,
Where for art that Romeo?
if I had like Martin or something, like that wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
Getting
but
Romeo yelled though, it gets like.
Romeo's proper like. It's not a common name as well.
No,
It's not, it's not.
I know one person called Romeo.
so solid.
Romeo Beckham.
Oh shit,
That's the only Romeo I know.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I don't know any of the Romeos. But yes, getting straight into the combo anyway. How is everyone? How is everyone doing?
I'm alright. I'm good.
Yeah, good bro.
I'm
Yeah,
good.
sure.
Hey, what's up? Still crying, man.
Still crying.
man.
That's
Still
cool.
crying. Still, yeah.
It's all right, man. Summer's here, nearly here.
Hey, summer's nearly finished.
Nah, it's cool, man. July 19th.
No, summer's actually nearly finished.
Nah, summer's not started yet.
Yeah, it's not started yet.
I
I'm
don't
okay.
know.
What's just happened? That's not summer.
Yeah, it's not started.
Summer's
That's
still to come.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for winter because you
Why?
need to think about it now. Oi, the winter parties are going off. I'm waiting for Warehouse Project. I'm waiting for Printworks. I'm waiting for shout out to Mason Halloween. Hey, big things.
Still though, I prefer the sunshine.
I'm gonna take a baddest to Italy.
Gonna take a blast to Italy.
Hey, cheers,
Send it.
man.
FrontLeft at iCloud. What is it? FrontLeft at iCloud.com.
Yeah.
Yeah, email.
Yeah. No, I've got the position already filled.
Oh,
What you
yeah.
say?
I was
fine.
gonna say win a chance to go Italy, with Josh.
Is that a competition?
Yeah, I wish.
I was gonna do a competition there and then.
The winter parties look sick, to be fair, because then you think about it. What else is going on? I think Seth things got pushed as well, like festivals and stuff, didn't they?
Parklife's gonna be in
Yeah,
September
Parklife.
now instead of being like.
Oh,
meant
swear.
to be.
Yeah. So from September to
Festivals
like,
will go ahead.
yeah, that's what he said.
They want
But
to.
a lot of them cancelled before the thing came out.
Yeah.
So a lot of them said like 2020. But I know like things like Creamfields, Parklife, what else now? They did a tester one, and that was for like a rock festival.
Yeah.
What was it called? Download. Download was the first
Download,
trial, and I think they had like.
Well, they had the circus trials in Liverpool as well.
But Download was the biggest because I think it was like 50,000, and then I think the reporter was like I think maybe like 4 or 5 people got COVID, and now they're saying it's calm.
Yeah, they're meant to like football stadiums meant to be full capacity as well.
Oh, swear.
From after the 19th, yeah, they said no capacity limits, concerts as well.
Swear, if BJ pushes that back anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
BJ,
vexed,
man,
bro.
called him blowjob.
Nah, it's true though. To be honest, I think most of like the people in the parliament, they just want to like open things up and just go like
You can see my man wanted to lips.
It's
Yeah.
me.
Not you.
Oh,
Hancock.
Hancock.
Yeah,
we
mad
can
that, bro.
we can
Put your
speak
hand
on
on
that.
my
Pure like grabbing her ass.
Bam.
And that. It was crazy.
I think you know what? Yeah, I rate
Do you think
him.
he
innit?
set himself up?
I don't think he set himself up.
Didn't rain before it. Seen him do that. I was like,
Yeah,
oh, God,
because the way he was gripsing it in there, and you get you need to deep it. She wanted him. It wasn't for peace.
Nah, apparently she's already a millionaire.
She was
or
already a
close to,
millionaire.
What, for clout.
No,
She got with my Hancock.
she
for
got
clout.
with Hancock for attraction, and they've known each other.
No.
100%. They've known each other since university, innit? So
Yeah, apparently wasn't that video? Was it from the May just gone or May 2020?
no, May that just went, but they've known
May
each
just
other when he was in uni. So now it's making me think
So it's deeper than
they've
that.
been pamming for time.
Maybe.
They must have.
Apparently though as well, what makes it deeper is Matt Hancock's missus. Doesn't she have like long COVID or something? So
What's
she
long COVID?
Long
like
COVID.
like COVID that like so you can have COVID and it just has like a 2-week span, but like the longer one has longer term effects basically. So your illness are just kind of like
swear.
recur. Yeah.
Well, so you're permanently affected by it.
More or less, yeah. So instead of having that like grace period of 2 weeks and like you're feeling better and stuff, you might relapse again, and then you might be ill again for like another 2 months or something.
Swear.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And he's doing it like that.
Yeah,
Well,
apparently
I seen the peakiest video of of I don't know, the one that was Lips in My Hancock, loading up a car.
Yeah,
and her ex was just an ex was putting stuff in there for it. I was thinking, bro, I wouldn't be doing that. I wouldn't be doing that. I'd be. You do that. You load up the car. I'm seeing a bit. I wouldn't be saying goodbye.
Do you know what's actually mad?
Pushing her out.
I'd actually take her back, and
you'd take her back.
Yeah, just to make up jokes about Hancock.
See, this
until she got sick of it. That's ruthless.
Like,
so this is the thing. It's like a meme.
Yeah,
Dominic
it's a meme.
Cummings.
Yeah, like
Matt Hancock.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Did you put your hand on his cock?
Like all this.
All
You're telling me
someone's playing a little joke.
Isn't it? Nah, really.
Let's wait till people clock on.
Isn't it?
I would finish it with like just different things, like
so you just be there, just flying the jokes
all day, every day, and I'll be laughing too. Like I wouldn't even be angry doing it. I'll actually be laughing. Like
it should be gone if it was me.
But I think that would be more punishment than telling her to chip.
So you pretend almost like as if you don't care.
Because if they divorce, she's still entitled to stuff, even though she cheated. She'll still be entitled to stuff.
Yeah,
wasn't he a multi-millionaire?
Yeah.
He's
So
a multi-millionaire.
because now she could be saying I'm accustomed to a set lifestyle, even though she cheated.
What? How can you be cheating on my man and then taking his peas as well?
I don't know how life works, but
I don't know how life works.
I'm not sure anyone does.
It favors the woman more in any situation. I don't know.
There's loads of laws. It's like the same with like parental laws as well. Like
like custody,
and like child support and stuff like that. It's just like it's almost like assume that the woman is going to take the rights and then the man's just going to have to pay extra.
Yeah. There's
pay
only
his
set
way.
people that I know that got money from, I think, Britney Spears' husband got bare peas.
You know Britney Spears' husband?
I wish I did. No, but that was one of the, I remember doing, I was reading it one time and he was saying like men who came up on top of a divorce settlement, and because he was not the rich one.
So he got money from her?
Yeah, and he became the main guardian of the kids. So he now gets, what did he get monthly?
Child support?
Is it? He gets child support now.
So, but the
Yeah.
Britney thing, like I haven't really read up on it much, but it's kind of like messed up. But wouldn't he got custody of the kids anyway, because technically she was classed as like couldn't like look after herself and stuff like that.
Is this recent or is this time ago?
It's been happening for time.
That's been happening for time. But, like Britney's come out recently, like she's like
Her family controller.
yeah, basically like her dad is like basically the legal guardian of her or something, even though she's a grown woman. Like she's like mid-30s or something.
Is that still legal?
I don't know what was signed, some kind of waivers signed, but basically she doesn't have rights to anything.
She gets like
So
allowance.
she's being done by her parents.
Yeah, like allowance, car, where she lives.
This is a good question for you, because if you don't know, you're an actor.
Yeah.
You're not. Were you a child actor?
No.
Okay, so how did you get into acting?
Oh, mate, so I was.
Don't say they stopped you on the high street and been like, is that what actually happened?
No. So I was, boy, from young, I've been like in school, cocky little shit, man. Like always, like messing about in classes, messing about all sorts. But then when we did the drama lessons, loved them. Like I'd focus, I'd get my head down, I'd like create these scenes. Like, I loved them. So my parents put me into this acting class outside of school, and like that's the only thing my mum would like use that to sort of make me behave in school. So she'd be like, if teachers are calling home, she'd right, you ain't gonna acting this week. And I'm like, oh. So I'd have to like focus, concentrate, so that I'm allowed to go to these classes. And then got a short film when I was like 14, but just volunteer, not paid. Shaved my head, played a racist skinhead. So like, have you seen This Is England?
I was gonna say,
yeah. So like a This Is England sort of themed piece, and the acting in that was so sick. So I'm being around them. I'm like, shit, you lot do this for a job.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. But then
That was at 14.
yeah, I was at 14, and then like it's hard. Like nothing comes through. Like I didn't have an agent at the time. So then I went to uni.
did you do acting in uni?
No. So I was doing so I did 2 years at acting college, and I had a lot of people saying about drama schools and that, saying that it's sort of a lot people have different opinions, but sometimes drama school it's like 4 years constant acting, 4 or 3 years constant acting, like day after day after day. And some people go there and then go on and get normal jobs, like, you know, I don't want to do this. Or they leave, drop out because it like kills your passion.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I've just done 2 years at college doing solid acting.
Yeah.
And although it's not really the same intensity as it would be at drama school, I thought I wanted to do something else, get a degree in something else. So I was doing film production, like camera. But bro, I tell you, that is so much harder than it looks. I was thinking like camera, record, done. Like, teach you a few angles and that, but mate, they started dissecting the camera, and I was like, oh mate, I failed science. So I was like, this ain't for me at all. So yeah, I was like failing uni, wasn't really going. And then my brother's a model.
Okay.
So I got some headshots.
What's your brother's name?
Louis Warner. He just goes by Warner, which he took it.
Like, you just wanted
Warner.
You wanted it to be like Madonna, innit? Just
yeah,
like Warner.
He's taking it. He's Warner, and I'm like,
Okay.
I can't have two Warners. So I've gone with Owen. But yeah, so he's Warner. Like, he was doing bits with his modelling. Like, he was getting quite like well known in his agency. And I had a play at the time at uni. I wanted some headshots done, so I got some headshots. Sent them to my brother, and he did me a solid. He just sent them to his agency. I didn't even ask him to. Sent them to his agency, and they were like, yo, they want to meet you for a meeting. So I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? I was like, gassed. So I've gone for the meeting, told them I act as well, and they were like, oh, you know what? Hollyoaks will snap you right up. Yeah, we'll put you on the acting books. And literally within probably a week later, I was getting a trim. I've looked at my phone, and I'm like, oh, shit. Got an audition for Hollyoaks.
Mad.
And like 3-4 auditions later, I got the part. Well, actually, it was a bit mad. So there was like a few callbacks. First one, I thought I fucked it because I went in. I used to speak so fast.
Yeah.
And I went in and left, and I was like, shit.
Was that just nerves or just?
Yeah. Nerves, man. I was like, that's over. And I was like, I've ruined that. I was like, I've ruined that chance. Like, ruined the shot of doing something. But then I got a callback, and then for the final callback, it was me and this other geezer that got held at the end. And then I was waiting for a call, and then agents called me. I was mad. I was at uni, so I used to have these like tinned, like it sounds dirty now. I'm like, why was I eating those? It's like tins. You put the tins in the microwave, warm it. It was like chicken. What? Chicken in
a tin?
They cost me like 40 odd p. These are like the standards I was living on. Already boiled in the bag rice. Boil some of that in the bag.
God.
Like 49p tin, whack it in the
I didn't know
microwave.
you could get chicken in a tin.
Neither did I.
Mad. Are you putting tins in the microwave? I'm surprised you microwave didn't
maybe I
blow
put it in a bowl first.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Although when I first joined uni, no one told me how to defrost chicken before you cooked it.
Yeah.
So I was chatting to my mates about what they do, like what making the food and that. I was like, yeah. So I get the chicken out the freezer, whack it in the pan. Like, wait. Just from frozen. I was like, yeah. What do you mean? For the first month of uni, I was eating chicken from frozen.
Was you not getting food
No,
poisoning?
I was gone. I don't know how I wasn't dying or anything.
I was eating salmonella, you know?
Literal, man.
That is mad.
So yeah, so I had my chicken in a tin. I just sat down, I was scrambling that, and I've seen my agents call me, and I was like, I'll be about the audition. I answered it, and she was like, oh, hi Owen. Just want to say that like I'm really, really sorry. And I was like my heart just dropped. Because bro, I'd set my hopes on this. I've been saying to my mates, I'm like, oh, yo, I'm really gassed like this.
So at this point, you wasn't living in Liverpool?
No, I was at uni.
So
like,
you were...
This is in my halls.
So you're in your halls?
Yeah, I was in my halls. My little tinned chicken. Called me, she was like, oh, Owen, I'm really sorry, but you're gonna have to free up some time because you've got it. And I was like, fuck off. And she was like, you on speaker? You on speaker in the office? I was like, oh, that was so gassed. So I like hung up, belled my mum, told my mum. She was gassed. But then I went down to tell my boys. And like, bearing in mind, like I'd been signed to my agency for like a month. Yeah. So before this, they were just my mates at uni that I told I act a little bit. They'd been like, oh yeah, all right.
Yeah, didn't forget anything.
And then I told them I was auditioning. They were like, that's a bit trippy. I'm wigging out the fact.
What I was gonna say, like, that is very lucky.
Quick as well.
Yeah. Because there's people who've been like, because we had Bobby here, and Bobby was telling us about his trajectory to it, and you can see his was a longer road.
Yeah.
And then yours is literally headshots, boom.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
No, I was blessed. Bro.
Yeah. That's actually sick.
Maybe it's fate. Maybe it's meant to be. Because
Yeah.
that kind of turnaround is like you've gone from 3 months prior to just being in uni and like dissecting cameras and shit. And then next minute.
Well, mate, it was literally a month. The space of a month.
Space
of a month. I got signed by my agency, and then by the end of the month, I had Hollyoaks.
Crazy.
So where was your headspace at then? Like, what were you thinking?
I was wigging out because it's crazy. Because at uni, I didn't want to be there. I was thinking I don't like my course. Yeah. I felt a bit lost, to be honest, bro. Like, I was going out so much, like getting like to different levels of fucked up just constantly, and that's all uni was for me. Like I'd go home, and my parents would look at me and be like, what has happened to you? I was like grey, like so skinny, like dark circles, like I looked ruined. Right. My mum would have like sit down chats with like, you're going out too much, you're getting rest. I'm like, nah, I'm fine. But then I didn't want to leave uni because I've got all these mates there that I've like I'm still mates with them now. They're my boys. And I'm living away from home. Like I feel like I've got like a good thing going on. Just didn't like what I was doing. I felt rough. And then this came through, and I was literally like, shit, like this is it. This is what could like pull me out of this. Yeah. So I was going. My mates were going on nights out, and I was literally going for walks around this park. Put my earphones in. I'd like learning my lines. So I was recording the other person's lines, leaving gaps for me to say my lines. Just for
is that how you learn lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I'm sort of in the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my camera on my phone is just full of videos of me just like reading on people's lines and just silence.
So when you're like getting into it, so when you're like recording your lines and stuff, do you? Because I've seen some people like they record themselves like on a camera to see what their facial expressions are and stuff like that. Is that something that you would do, or is it just like you were saying, you just kind of like rehearse the lines, like you're almost like reading the script?
So when I'm learning the script, I'll do that. I'll record the lines. I wouldn't record my face. Like I wouldn't record myself doing it.
Yeah.
I'd wait until I got on set and then see what the director wants. Like I wouldn't really. It depends the seriousness of the scripts and how much dialogue I've got in the scripts. But usually I won't really think about a lot how I'm going to play it until I get there. So I think about getting the lines down and then I get there, because you never know how the other person's going to play it. Like so how I'm recording their lines on my phone is going to be completely different to how they play it. They might do something with one, like when I auditioned for it. I didn't know any of the characters. So the guy who plays my dad, I was doing a screen test with.
Okay.
And I didn't know what his character was like. I just read the script as it was, and I thought it was quite a nice, happy scene. But I've gone in there with him, and he's switched it. And it was like an evil scene. And I was like, oh wow, you're a bit of a dickhead. So then I took me by surprise, and I was like, then I just completely switched the way I'd planned to play it, and then catered to what he'd just thrown.
Did they not give you like cues beforehand to tell you like the mood of the scene and stuff, or was that just for you to interpret?
They do it on actual scripts, but that was just a screen test. So
okay, that's
like
just
2 pages of just dialogue. And obviously I didn't know the characters, didn't know what it was going to be like. But if I had a big scene, I'd think about how I'm going to play certain lines, but I wouldn't. You don't have anything set in stone. You've got to be quite free, because you might get them. The director might say, "Come with this intention, come with this sort of motivation behind you." And then you've got to completely switch up how you're going to do it. Like that's what they do in auditions.
Okay.
Quite a lot. So you'll do a scene, you'll do it fine. Like right, and now play it like this, just to throw you off, just to see how you'll deal with under pressure, having to completely switch how you're playing it.
Okay. So how have you like kind of transitioned? Obviously now so like after that initial first month you're on Hollyoaks, like you've then what was the next stage? Was it like, shit, I need to move to Liverpool, or was it like...
So I've literally I had to let my uni know. I had like 1 week left and all that. They were like, right, okay, we'll leave at the end of this week. And I literally I think I had like 200 on my account, and I had 1,500 overdraft. And I've literally said to my mates, right, we're having a mad week. Like just every single day I was just buying drinks for everyone, just on the gas on. Like literally I just dipped deep into my overdraft, and I was like, fuck. So I've gone back home, living at home. Yeah, I had to get a place up in Liverpool and just move my whole life to Liverpool.
So what was that like?
So when did you move here? How long you been here?
I've been here like 3 years now.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah, 3 years.
So was that just like, yeah, I'm moving on my own, boom.
Yeah.
This is me.
Well, no, so I'd find like some mates to live with. I found like 2 boys from the cast. That's what I mean as well. Like coming from uni, I was thinking TV, everyone's going to be like up themselves, like pretentious. I was like, who am I going to chat to? Who am I going to chill with? But bro, like everyone at Hollyoaks is so sound.
Yeah.
Like the people there are just like the most genuine, lovely people. And if someone came in with a bit of an agenda, a bit of like a diva, they stand out, and everyone's like, who's that? And it's everyone's so down to earth, which I didn't expect at all.
Yeah. So like when we had Bobby on it like time ago, I remember he was talking about like, because obviously Richard Blackwood's on the show as well, but he's kind of, done presenting, comedy, all these kind of stuff, and he almost had like a bit of a name and a knowing and a following. Yeah. So was there anyone else who was like on the cast who was a bit like that, or was it just him mainly?
The thing is with me, like I'm bad with things like this, because like you get like reality TV stars coming.
Yeah.
Before
reality TV stars come on Hollyoaks.
Yeah. So they come. They come. You must have seen that clip recently.
Which one?
Which one was it?
You must have seen that clip recently.
I'm not sure.
I can't bet it out.
I'll have to check.
Yes, sometimes they bring on. Sometimes they'll bring on like to bring. to bring viewers to the show, they'll bring on like reality TV shows, stars to do like a little 2 or 3 eps so that their fans watch the show and maybe get hooked from it. But like, mate, I don't really. Before I'd got Hollyoaks, I'd never watched a soap. I'd never watched reality TV.
I stand this all day, man.
But the thing is, I don't know, like so Richard lovely geezer, but I hadn't heard of him before he came on the show.
Okay.
Oh, mad.
So you get people like that coming in, and I'm like I don't.
So to you, it was just...
Yeah. To
What
me,
about,
I'm not.
you must have known Mercedes.
You say this all the
Fam,
time.
honestly, Mercedes is international. She actually is. She's too far gone. Like, people used to watch Hollyoaks for Mercedes, and
Yeah,
she's been
some
there for
people do.
time.
Swear.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, she's been there time.
She's been there for
She's been there for a while. Maybe over 10 years.
Like more than that, since we was in school, innit? She's been going for
yeah,
time.
maybe
and then
10 years.
and then my man, who's on he used to be on it from Footballers' Wives.
Oh, Ricky.
Yeah.
He's not on it no more, I don't think.
Nah, but
He's in America now.
I think he's the biggest one to come off there.
See these names, they're just going like.
I'll have to show you.
man.
Ricky Whittles, you'll know who Ricky Whittle is.
I'm better with faces.
Yeah,
Names
I
are
think
a
he
bit
was the
sticky.
biggest to come from Hollyoaks.
Yeah, he was on Footballers' Wives and
And
he was
then
on
the
Dream
girl
Team.
from Game of Thrones. Oh, mad.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh, mad. Yeah. I've seen. Yeah, I have seen it. I have seen that clip, and I was like, "What is this? This is some GCSE basics, no?" I was like, they could have got me on that, and I would have done better. That's Ricky Whittle. I don't know really know him, but he's in like films and,
And
he's
then
in
he's
like
in,
American
American
TV
Gods
shows as
now.
well. Yeah.
But like I think for me, him and the mixed race girl, who was on.
Natalie.
Yeah. She's from Liverpool, isn't it?
I don't know whether she's from Liverpool,
And that
but
one from Killing Eve. She was on Hollyoaks too, innit?
Who?
which one from Killing Eve?
The Russian lady.
Jodie Comer.
Yeah, wasn't she on
Nah,
Hollyoaks?
she's a scouse.
Oh, she just scouts.
Yeah, that's just
But
mixed
yeah,
up. all
like, I don't, mate. I didn't know. Obviously, I never watched that back in the day.
Yeah.
Didn't know any of these people that were on the show already that had been on there for time. I had no idea.
But
That's good though.
yeah, that's good. It kind
Yeah.
of can like work in your favor in a sense because you're just like, oh, these are my colleagues. I'm just gonna work as hard as possible because sometimes I can imagine going on other shows where there's more established actors on them, and like you're thinking, oh, I'm in their shadow or like something
Fam.
along those lines.
If I was an actor and they cast me for EastEnders,
Yeah.
but if I saw Phil Mitchell, get out my pub.
Well, how do you reckon you'd be? Do you reckon you'd be like? Do you reckon you'd be calm with them? Like, oh yes, Phil. Like, or do you reckon you'd be like,
At first, I'll be like, all right, mate.
Just when he's saying his own lines.
I'll be like, feel right. He'll be like, yeah, I'm a good geezer. I'll be his boy, and then I'll have to try and get it because wait, they cut people like,
Yeah, the way
like
people, the way
they cut, man, and I don't want to be cutting it. So either because you know what's mad? It's mad to say this, but like Richard, and you never watched EastEnders, innit?
no,
But
never.
Richard was kind of a rival to Phil, but Phil is like the biggest.
he's the Don,
top-
innit?
You can never overthrow Phil.
Yeah, he's the OG.
Yeah.
he's the OG.
So every gangster that tries to go for Phil, they always cut them off. Like it was Richard, it was Danny Allen, it was all of them were just getting. What's it? Danny Dyer was on it.
Danny
He
Dyer.
got cut out. All of these man, because Phil Mitchell.
Both Danny Dyers are in it now. The daughter
As well?
Yeah, I saw a clip the other day of like her and she's like getting out of a car in the thing. I was like, right, it's not Danny Dyer, as in the daughter who's on the van. And I think she's now. I don't know whether it's permanent or.
What is she? Have you seen her acting in it? Like, she
No,
does
I haven't seen acting. I just saw like a
stopped
little like photo of her, but I was like, right. I feel like the pathway is there for like people who not even actors. They're just like you were saying on Hollyoaks, getting different people.
Yeah. See, like you get. I don't know about that. I don't know about like I seen I remember a while ago I watched Dunkirk, and then Harry Styles was in that, and I was like, you know what? If I watch this and he's unreal,
Yeah.
and then he goes into film after film after film, fair enough.
Yeah.
But he came and he's in a film since. I don't think he's in a
what's
film.
Dunkirk?
Dunkirk.
Not seen
No.
Dunkirk. It's a sick film. What you call it, Dunkirk?
And was he actually really good on it?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Well, nah. But he wasn't bad. He was all right. He was all right. But the thing is, if he wanted to do that and then use it as like a platform to then get other acting jobs,
Yeah,
and that,
yeah.
He did it, and he's not done an acting job since. So
This
it was
is-
like he was trying it and then thought, nah,
It's not
I'm
for him.
honest.
But this is what I was going to say to you now. So someone like Harry Styles can get a big budget film.
Yeah.
And then
Because he's Harry Styles.
he's Harry Styles.
Yeah,
innit?
exactly.
That's why you see a lot of musicians transition into acting, but they get in the biggest films. They're not doing the graft of what you're
Yeah,
doing.
Rihanna was in
She was in a few films.
what's the one with Idris Elba? I swear. battleships or something.
She was in another one where she's the hacker, and
She's like a computer hacker.
yeah,
Oh,
and
mad.
she looks really good in it. Can't lie.
I feel like she looks good in anything.
Yeah,
But
see,
still.
that's-
She's been in a couple.
But can she act though?
No, in the film she can actually act.
Okay, can she?
Yeah,
Because I haven't seen her act, you see, so I can't make
She can act.
fast judgment.
I can imagine she can do fucking anything.
Yeah,
man.
to be
Like,
honest,
she
yeah,
could probably act.
to be honest.
She can do a triple backflip probably.
Yeah,
That's the
nah.
thing, but like with like the likes of Harry Styles doing, I'm thinking like that could some young lad who's worked hard for his acting career, that could have been his break. He could have done
Yeah.
that and then could have excelled him to do other jobs. He could have gone on to get different films with good directors like that. Dunkirk, quality film, some great actors, great people working on that. That would have been an incredible experience for a young aspiring actor to do, and then go on to do other jobs. But instead, Harry Styles dipped his toes in and was that.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
need to
Not
see
for
it
me,
now.
that.
I need to see
I've
it.
heard,
I'm
I've heard
thinking.
good things about the film, but I've never actually
Yeah,
seen
it's,
it.
it's a sick film. It's a sick film. And like the thing is, you don't. If he was another actor, like just not Harry Styles, a young actor, I wouldn't look at him like, oh, his performance is a bit bad. I think he did well. Like he did well.
Yeah,
But it's the fact that he used it just to try.
Yeah.
But then Justin Timberlake used to act, and I thought Justin Timberlake was really good.
I feel like he's typecasted though into certain kind of roles, like in what's the one with Cameron Diaz? What's that? Bad Teacher.
Bad Teacher,
Yeah,
and then he did.
he's that kind of Friends with Benefits
as well,
He's that kind of character. Do you know what I
he
mean?
fits
Any
that mold.
any film that he's gonna be in, he's kind of that kind of like funny, goofy, but he'll have like the good-looking wife or mistress or whatever it is on the side. So he's,
And the thing is as well, you've got to then ask yourself, if you're a director, you're directing a film, and someone says to you, Justin Timberlake, Harry Styles want this role, are you going to say no to that? Like you think of the amount of people that will bring to watch that film. Bare young girls who have got no interest in Dunkirk, a war film.
Yeah.
Young girls would never even watch that, are going to watch it purely for the sake that Harry Styles is in it.
yeah,
Same with
definitely.
Justin Timberlake. People watch those films because he's in it. So what, as a director, are you really going to say no
to that.
to the chance of having someone of that caliber?
Especially if you're like upcoming as well. Like
Exactly, yeah.
you can't really turn that
But then-
publicity down.
Who did we have that conversation with where we said that? Now that you're saying that, okay, a musician can get that transition, people from Instagram are also getting that transition as well.
To become actors.
Bro, yeah.
I don't know about Instagram, but
I
like
see a lot of Instagram people
Vine and TikTok and
yeah,
stuff. I
but
see that.
they become Instagrammers though, innit?
What we're
No,
talking like American.
Yeah, I don't really see too tough from England, but yeah, you see American ones.
The Americans ones do.
They do.
But they're talented, I'm not gonna lie.
But
I was
not all
talking
of them. Not
Man,
all of
I
them.
feel like Americans, I feel like all Americans can just sing, dance, and act.
yeah,
Like, I feel like they can just do it all.
there's bear them.
I don't think they can act though. I don't
There's some-
think the Vine TikTokers. I don't think. What's my man King Batch? I don't think he can act. I watched like a couple of his films now, and I think he can't act at all.
I don't think he can act that well either.
You've got that other one that laughs a lot. The one from
Wild and Out.
yeah.
I know who you mean.
He's not funny either.
The one with the unibrow.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
He's got like a Gucci tattoo.
Yeah, he's got something in
He's got a what?
He's
Gucci.
either got like a tattoo in between it, so it
And
looks like a unibrow. But
Yeah.
Why would you tattoo on a monobrow?
I
Well, that's
don't
what
I
I'm
feel like you
saying.
want to try to avoid that. Like, why would you give yourself one?
know. What's his DC Young Fly?
Yeah.
That's it.
But you see a lot of these now getting like film jobs from it, and you watch the film and you're like, this ain't it, man.
So the guy from on Snowfall, I can't remember his name in the. What's his name? Is it Manboy.
Yeah.
So he plays a character called Manboy in Snowfall. He came from like Vine and stuff back in the day at the same time as King Back and all that. Because when I was watching Snowfall, I was like, I recognize this guy, but he can act.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he plays like a LA gangster who's like leads his like drug cartel kind of thing, but he's actually sick at it. Like,
Yeah, see,
he's
fair
got
enough with
talent.
that. If like that, because I'm guessing he's probably been acting from young or wanted to do it.
Probably,
And if
yeah.
he used his platform then to get the bet, like to
Yeah,
what
because you can
opportunities,
see
fair
that
enough,
like when he acts his role, it's almost as if that's how he is.
yeah.
But when you see him like he's been on Vine and stuff, you're like, nah, he can actually act.
See,
like.
I wouldn't say like in an audition room having a lot of like Instagram followers. I wouldn't say that works in your favor. If you were to go in and go to director, by the way, I've got 50k followers. You'd be like,
But then what if you have? But
Sit
then
down.
you just said that they do get reality TV stars on your show,
yeah.
so it
But
does hold
I
weight.
think that's soaps. That's soaps. I don't know if it's other soaps. I think it may just be Hollyoaks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard of EastEnders doing that sort of thing.
I think each soap has its different demographic.
Yeah. Hollyoaks has got like a younger audience.
Yeah, it has. I feel like it suits Hollyoaks a bit. They can do that, whereas like
EastEnders would be like, what's going on?
or Coronation Street.
Is that still going on?
Which?
Coronation Street? I think it's finished,
No, it's still going on.
But Emmerdale's done, innit?
No, it's still going on as well.
But the soaps, they just carry on.
They just continue.
No way.
Yeah.
I thought them two were finished.
Nah, Emmerdale's going strong.
Holby City's done.
Yeah, okay.
When I go to the gym, they usually play them. So I have a little, on the treadmill or whatever, the bike or whatever, to play Emmerdale. Yeah.
So would your transition then try and break into America?
See, a lot of people say this, man, and like a load of actors have different opinions. Like a lad's recently just left and he's gone straight to America to try it. And the thing is with America, you've got loads of work out there. There's like so many more jobs, so much more opportunity. But I feel like it's harder to decipher the shit stuff and the good stuff. I feel like in England, like if someone sends me a script, I can read it and I can sort of gauge whether it's going to be worthwhile. It's a smaller industry in England.
Yeah.
So you know the good stuff, you know the bad stuff, you know the reputable names, you know people that are up and coming, like you know those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Or you know someone who knows.
And I guess in America as well, because it's so big, depending on the county, state, whatever you go to, you gotta have to adapt to that. So like for example, I was talking about Snowfall before. Damson Idris, he's the main character. He's from Peckham, but because his accent's so well and his body language and all that, like when he was on the streets of LA, people were coming up to him, like talking to him as if he's from LA. And then when he spoke, people were like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah, they said that when they actually met him for the first time.
Yeah, they didn't realize.
They didn't
They
realize
did it
that.
with Idris Elba as well. After The Wire, they didn't know man was. They thought man was from Baltimore.
Oh,
yeah. And he was like,
Baltimore.
But Idris was actually from Baltimore.
It's mad because Idris Elba does look like he's from America. But like,
I feel like he fits anything.
Yeah.
He literally does anything. So like with that, I think if you were to move to America and like pursue a career, you'd almost have to adapt each time you go if you move somewhere else. Whereas in the UK, like you can be from the Midlands, like or London and Liverpool, and it's not too different. You just have to know the mannerisms and maybe the body language a bit, and like.
But you don't really hear too many accents too tough, especially when it comes to British films.
Exactly.
So
it's
like,
more like a generic.
When what the last British film I watched was not The Gentleman. Is it? It was
sick film.
It was The Gentleman actually. Yeah. And it was predominantly London. Geezer. When people watch British films, it's always the geezer, and they take great actor, but every film there's always the lead character of any British film has the Michael Caine format.
I think that there's definitely like you've got those sort of Guy Ritchie style films where he likes having those Cockney, like you say, like them geezers. But then there's also like there's been some great stuff up north, like a lot of good stuff set up north, Midland stuff. Like that's the thing in England is there's quality stuff being made all around England. So I feel like if I was going to progress my career, I feel like I'd want to make more of a name for myself in England before going over to America. Because then if you've got a name like Hollyoaks is good, but it's not making a name for myself. Like there's so much work out there that you'd have to add strings, like you'd have to add to your CV, add to your portfolio, so people know you can play a range of different parts. Take you seriously, and then you go over to America and people are, oh right, he's done all this sort of stuff. Let's get him a decent role.
So would you transition them from soaps and that kind of thing to film? Is that like a plan of yours?
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I've never done. Hollyoaks is my first paid job, so I've never. And like I was saying, like I've got signed within a month, so I've never been that audition actor. I've never been through that whole process of like being out of work for months and months and months and waiting for a part to come. But mate, I'd love to do films, love to do series. Like that's.
But this is 10 years down the line, man. Like
before Hollyoaks come and say that.
Hollyoaks for life, man.
But they come and tell us we've encouraged him. Man tells he's quitting. I'm done.
That's the thing. Like, you got like in the future whenever Hollyoaks or myself decide my time's done there. That's the plan, man. You want to play loads of different roles.
Yeah. So, like in the acting world and industry, are you able to do both at the same time? So, like, would you be able to still be on like Hollyoaks or series or whatever and film for like a movie?
It depends on the soaps, really. Like so, people go off and do reality TV. I know people have gone off to do plays. So I think it depends. You've got to sort out with the heads of the soap. Say like, I'd like a month off to do this. I'd like 2 months off to do that, and it's whether they want to, whether they can afford to lose you.
I was gonna ask you that. Have you ever considered to do plays?
Yeah, so I started in theatre.
Oh, serious?
Yeah,
okay.
I love theatre, man. Theatre's quality. Yeah, well, I miss it. I've not done theatre for probably around about 5 years. I say, like that's where I mainly started acting. So I started doing started theatre. That's I think that's where every actor pretty much starts. Yeah. Unless like, well, now with this new generation, you've got cameras. Everyone's got a camera.
Yeah.
So you can make your own films. But I started doing theatre, and then I started making my own films. I just write scripts, get a couple of mates.
Oh, sick.
And literally I just film.
So
it.
you was like the director, the producer.
Yeah, literally I'd edit it.
I'd
edit it. So I'd be editing it and I'd be watching my performance. I'm like, oh, right, okay, I did this. That didn't work for camera. So I sort of taught myself to act in front of camera by editing myself.
Yeah. Shit. So with like the, like you were saying, the theatre and the film and stuff, like how different is that to then being on like TV and having to learn the line in the scripts? And
so Rishi, who's on the show, like I remember when I first joined the show, I was having this chat with him, and he said the best analogy, which he said it, and I was like, yeah, I get you. And he said, you play football?
Yeah.
He said it's like switching from 7-a-side to 11-a-side.
Okay.
So it's like it doesn't maybe take a little bit to adapt.
Yeah.
But then it's like same concepts, but just different.
Yeah, I get that.
So it's like theatre. There's so many different little things you have to change. Like well, obviously camera's right there, so your emotion it's in your face. It's like a little twinges, but theatre, like you've got to be so much more exaggerated. You've got to project. You've got to think about your voice hitting the back of the room. There's loads of different things that you'll tweak, but if you're doing any jobs like that, you get directors that will work so closely with you. Yeah, and they'll tell you any different things that you're doing wrong.
And I guess with the pressure's a little bit different because with theatre, like there's a live audience or whatever, and I guess when you're filming for Hollyoaks or whatever film series, whatever, it's almost like you're doing it for yourself. And it's just maybe whoever's in the scene you concentrate. Yeah. Are you able to like block out everything else and just really focus in?
Yeah. Well, you have to on a stage. You've got a huge audience watching you on a film set. You've got crew like around you. You've got a camera in your face like that. You sort of like people say about doing like kissing scenes and that, saying, "Oh, I bet that was good to do." No, I've got some geezer behind the camera like that. Some sound guy like that there. Like, there's nothing like there's nothing sexy about those scenes.
Do they give you direction while you're doing it as well? Like, yo, use a bit more tongue, yo.
Well, he's up and about a bit more tongue there, a bit more tongue. No, not whilst you're doing it. Like,
do you want my Hancock? Come on,
grab her ass.
I say doing my Hancock.
My Hancock.
Come on.
No, they'll say after.
Oh man.
But yeah, like nothing gives. Like the buzz of theatre is unreal. Like the last theatre show I did was it's like a book adaptation of have you heard of 1984?
Yeah, George Orwell.
Yeah, George Orwell. Yeah. So I did the play adaptation of that.
Oh yeah.
And that was
that must have been intense.
Yeah. So I played Winston.
Okay.
Didn't leave the stage for 3 hours. Like literally chunk like page and page of scripts. Like that's like. And that was unreal.
How you remember all the script? I could only. What do you have cue cards to remember?
No, it just.
You must like you were saying before. You like kind of like you'd learn a song lyrics. It must be a similar kind of process.
Yeah, it's like
your favorite song. You're just gonna listen to it on repeat until it becomes second nature, basically.
Yeah. It's like you've got to want to do it. Like you've got to want it. Like you couldn't. I feel like you couldn't be the lead in a play and not really be asked about it, because you've got to, like, the time I put into learning those lines, like a 3-hour play where I'm on the stage constantly. That was somewhere like 2-page monologues, and like you've just got to put your time. It's like every day I was just going over it. Like I had voice notes, like I was saying, recording other people's lines, and every day I was just going over every single scene and just playing it over and over and over and over. And so it's that second nature, and the lines then just come naturally to me.
So do you have like exercises where you have to control like your breath work and your tempo and stuff? Because like if you're on stage for 3 hours, it's like being a performer, really, isn't it? Like if you can't like project your voice and be able to breathe at the same time, you're just going to be gassed after like an hour or so. So do you do things to like basically practice that?
I personally don't. I'm sure there's exercises out there, but like we taught mainly, like you got your diaphragm.
Yeah.
You got to push from your diaphragm to like, mate, it's mad. I remember when I was first doing it, I thought, because I'm quite a loud geezer, I thought, easy. So I'm shouting all my lines, like screaming to the back, and the director's like, what are you doing now? Like, he's like, your throat's going to be knackered by the end of it. So it's like teaching you to like push from your diaphragm, you like tensing your stomach and that.
Yeah.
All those stuff you learn like right at the beginning of acting.
So they're like the key stage one of of the acting and stuff.
And there's like certain parts in lines, like you look at your lines and you sort of know where to breathe, know where to take a breath. Because if you read it all constant, straight, as quick as you can, like I did my first Hollyoaks audition, you'll be knackered. You'll be like imagine just hearing your lines, like just like that. Like when you're hearing someone rap, like freestyle, you can hear their inexperience because they're taking breaths at the wrong points. It's the same sort of thing. Like you got to know when to breathe, when it's natural to breathe.
It's art, really, thinking about it, like performing, being able to be in character. Because when you're on stage or when you're in front of a camera or theatre or whatever, you're embodying someone else, really.
Yeah.
You're not you. So, like, have you ever played any kind of parts and stuff where you're not using your actual accent and you're like being completely out of what you normally would be?
Yeah. So I've done. I played like a proper redneck geezer. I had I shaved. I had my sideburns like that. I had a mustache and that, and he was like proper like a Forrest Gumpy sort of accent. That was a comedy though, so that was like more jokey. Like it was a laugh to do. Serious parts. I'm not doing any serious parts about to change my accent. But that 1984, I've done Hamlet, and those sorts of things. So like, you know what method acting is?
Yeah, kind of like.
So it's like so you fully. So I'll come off stage and in the wings, I'm my character. Like I'm not coming off the wings and then like having jokes on mates. Like I'm just like in the zone. Like I'm like focused. I'm not breaking. I'm not creasing with people. Like I'm just there, focused. And I did that for. When I did Hamlet and when I did 1984, and that was intense to do.
That's so how did you go back to yourself? Because that's how Keith Ledger died, because he
couldn't get out of it.
He couldn't get out of the Joker role.
Yeah, you got to be careful doing that, and it's that's the thing. Like because if you know the story of 1984, like it's a really intense story, and it's like the main character goes through some emotional stuff, like
thought police.
Big
Brother's watching me.
He's got to live his life a certain way, and it's. Like for me, I was going through those emotions. Like every single thing that happened to him was happening to me. Like that was the second half of the play is just torture. So like there's probably 30-40 minutes I'm just getting tortured on this bed, tortured constantly, like getting electrocuted, and
it's like MK Ultra kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So in my head, I'm going through those things, and it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to snap out of like at the end. Like you come off stage and everyone's like creasing, like saying how good it was, and I'm just there like for some reason you're just in a dark place and you just can't quite get out of it, and like you're like. So the first time I did that was when I did my GCSE drama piece. It sounds like you go way back to GCSE. I was doing that, and I wrote that for my group, and I wrote it, and I gave myself some nice little monologue at the end. I was like, if I'm writing this, I'm giving myself. I was like, I want a chance at an A-star. So I gave myself a monologue at the end, and like I proper got into that, and I was like crying on stage. And after everyone walked off, and I just couldn't move. I was there, and I was only GCSE. And I was like, chill out, man. What am I doing sweating my GCSE this hard? But I just couldn't move, and I was just like crying. I was just like couldn't stop crying. And my mate went to tap me, and I was just like flung my arm out like that, and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So like, but you can't help it sometimes. Sometimes you get so into it, like it just affects you. Like you hear stories of actors that are like, I heard a story of Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad, and he was doing, I can't remember what scene it was, but he was doing a scene, and he just thought about his family. He thought about the losing his family, and after it, he just started sobbing uncontrollably, crying. He's grabbed one of the actors he was with and just started crying into her arms, and he just couldn't stop himself. And like that's why it's such a. That because when you're acting, when you're doing a scene that's like really, really deep, like you got to open yourself up. Like you've got to if you're not completely honest and open and like an open book, then people aren't going to believe you. Some people can fake it, and some people can fake it really well. But the best are like properly feel what they're saying. So you have to fully immerse yourself. So you can't not affect you after they've said cut. You can't go cut and then just like that will happen. Like they say cut and it's still there, and you're still, even when you go home after filming, like it's still there.
It's mad that you said Bryan Cranston, because Breaking Bad came out around
2010, 11.
Yeah.
Something like.
So his transition for me is still one of the maddest transitions ever, because you wouldn't think he was such a big actor like that, because he was the guy from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
It's like now Phil Dunphy.
Yeah.
coming to do the most serious roles ever.
Yeah.
You're like, these two don't make sense.
He's in another serious thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's on Netflix and it's meant to be kind of like intense.
Who,
as
Phil
well.
Dunphy?
No,
Oh,
Bryan Cranston.
okay.
No, not Phil Dunphy.
That's what I was thinking. Holy shit!
See, that's the thing, man. Like you watch like these like Adam Sandler sort of like comedy
yeah.
roles.
So Adam Sandler, I could never see do that role.
Yeah.
These kind of roles.
So there's
like,
a
But
few
the thing is, he can.
like Will Smith can.
Yeah.
Will Smith can.
Yeah.
But then I don't know if Adam Sandler can.
Adam Sandler's done some. Have you seen
Oh, is he?
Uncut
Really?
Gems?
Nah.
You not seen
Nah,
Uncut Gems?
nah, I haven't seen it
What
either.
a quality film. Like, bro, you watch that and you won't relax for the whole film.
Oh, really?
You watch that and like you're tense. You're just like that film makes you on edge. And he's sick in that. There's a film called Rain Over Me.
Okay.
About a guy losing his family in 9/11. And bro, like that guy can act, man.
Man.
That guy can act.
See,
It's
this
just
is-
like he's just seen. Like, I feel like he's done it right. Like he makes these films with his mates
Yeah.
as a crease up, earns peas.
It's because
Yeah,
he
he
had the
does.
production company.
Yeah.
So it's what was it
So
called?
he was
now?
just casting the cast.
Yeah,
out.
'cause he-
what's it called?
Because there used to be a golf ball every time the film.
Yeah,
used to-
yeah.
Not Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore was the film.
Yeah, but
But he used to cast the same guys, the
yeah,
crazy
all his
eyed guy.
boys, yeah, that's-
Black guy with the hand.
Yeah.
On Happy Gilmore. Yeah.
That's what I mean, man. But
Smashed it.
then you realise these guys actually can act. Like Bryan Cranston, what was he doing before? Malcolm in the Middle.
Malcolm in the middle.
literally-
Comedy, like
Yeah,
like
like
sitcom,
jovial,
like canned laughter.
yeah.
Malcolm in the Middle to
Breaking Bad.
what? Because he was in something else as well. I think it was Bad Santa, and it was kind of like a jokey kind of. He still kind of had that Malcolm in the Middle, that kind of quality. And then when he did Breaking, it's mad because I didn't know it was him at first because he's bald.
Shaved his
innit?
head, didn't he? Yeah.
So it took a while. I was like, shit, it can't be the same guy from Malcolm in the Middle. I was like, wow.
So I think some actors decided like Matthew McConaughey. He started off making rom-coms and he was making peas doing rom-coms. He got like offered ridiculous like millions and millions to do these like cheesy rom-com films. But he just got to a point where he was like, you know what, I want to do serious acting. I started off trying to do serious acting, lost his path, and he held off for years and years, wasn't getting work, and then he's in Dallas Buyers Club.
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't
seen
seen
that.
that. I was seeing the one when he became Dick Cheney. That's a serious role. He changes for roles a lot. To be fair,
What, Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
So that Dallas Buyers Club was his first like when he decided he wanted to be a serious actor rather than this rom-com sort of geezer. That was his first role. He attached himself to that script, and then waited to get the funding. Finally got the funding. Lost so much weight for it, and that film's incredible. Won an Oscar for it, and that film's incredible. You see this geezer before that, his sort of CV before that was cheesy comedies, and then he just steps up for these different films, and he's unreal. Wins an Oscar.
Yeah.
And that's what these actors you see doing these comedies. You look at them, you think, I bet you could be a serious actor, like if you just put your mind to it. Because comedies are hard. Like you might look at them, you might think you can do them easily, just having a laugh, but they're difficult as well.
what's mad with him though? I don't think he can do accents. He only does.
Yeah, when your accent's so thick.
His is thick, and in every film, it's just his accent in it. Yeah. So I was like, you can't
That's
change
the
your
same
accent.
with Denzel Washington. I've never heard Denzel not
I
be.
have.
Have you him what?
Yeah,
he's always the same. I feel like he's always the same. I feel like every
Just
Denzel.
Denzel.
Yeah, it's just like it's Denzel, but he's playing a different role.
Yeah.
But you're trying to think. I don't
think.
think you can think any.
It's hard with that thick accent. So
But he hasn't got a thick accent.
No, he hasn't. But it's
I feel
just like
he needs
his
to.
is very like
they go to him and try like a Southern American. He's like, no.
yeah.
I'll do my voice. if that's all right.
Fences, Training Day, Flight. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. What are the Denzel films has he been in? Man on Fire, Deja Vu.
But he's been in bed. We can sit here.
All
we can
day.
do the whole
Bet.
podcast listing his.
I don't think he's
films.
changed his accent. I
I think
genuinely
he's changed it to a Baltimore accent before.
I don't know, man, because I feel like
the
the Baltimore. It's
Baltimore.
they say
You got that. You got that. Go on.
The way Baltimore people speak.
they say things in a really kind of
Yeah.
unique way. I can't
Like,
say it, but I'd have to
I
show
can,
an
you
example.
know what's mad? My head can say, but my mouth can't.
You should die from, man. You should die from.
Yeah, but you think like you think with Stephen Graham,
Yeah.
thick Scouser. You think like Scouse is one of those accents like Matthew McConaughey's. Like it's quite thick.
It's hard.
So it's a hard one to lose, but he loses that in so many films.
He's quality. I mean, he's in a new. It's on BBC iPlayer. It's called Time. I don't know whether you've seen it.
No, I've
it's
not
good.
seen that.
Sean Ben's in it as well.
swear.
Sean Ben. So what was Sean Ben was in Lord of the Rings, and what else was Sean Ben in?
You Sean Ben?
I seen Sean Bean even.
He's
Game of Thrones.
Which
He's been
ones,
in
sir?
Lord of the Rings.
Sean Ben. I was nodding.
Yeah. Sean Bean. I'm saying Ben. Sean Bean.
Do you know these man?
You'll see him and you'll recognize him straight away.
Oh,
Yeah,
my guy,
yeah.
son of Arafon.
Yes. Man knows him by Game of Thrones, mate.
No, I
But
know
yeah.
him from his Lord of the Rings name.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
as well. So he's been in Bear. So they're in a.
But these man only get casted for like particular roles. To be
So
fair.
in that, Stephen Graham is like a police officer, and his son's gone to prison, and like Sean's gone to prison as well, and he's the prison warden. It's only 3 episodes though, but everyone in it is mainly from Liverpool and in and around Liverpool.
swear.
Yeah, all the actors are like people who've been in like local things, and it's really good. Like it's only 3 episodes, but I would say
that's where I like. That's what I love. Those dramas. Then it's on BBC.
they're
Then
intense.
BBC Channel 4
They're
dramas. Like
intense.
those, like the 4 or 5 episodes. Quality those. Like, I feel like they're so underrated.
They definitely are. So like when you're watching these kind of things, can you watch a film or a series normally, or are you picking up like little pointers and are you analysing and stuff like that?
I watch films and I'm just like, oh, I want that role.
Yeah.
I want that. Like I watch a series and like sometimes I just won't stop thinking about how much I want that role. And if I had that role, I could do this, I could do that with it. But yeah, you got to switch off from like critiquing other actors, like because it's like you watch it, and you just got to sit back and appreciate what they've done, and especially if it's out there on. I mean, you watch certain performances and you'd be like, that was awful. Like, or that was a little bit. Or this role doesn't fit someone. Like you, but people probably watch Hollyoaks and think that as well. Like you watch, everyone's got so many opinions, and acting is so subjective.
Yeah.
Some people are out there and they're just quality. Other people disagree. Like I'll say Tom Hardy's name to some people. They're like, oh, I can't stand him.
See,
Like, are you mad?
Tom Hardy's he's one of them where
He's in specific roles as well, isn't he?
I don't know if it's specific. He's always the
Like in
hard knock,
like fighter role. Yeah, that's what
He's
it's that kind of.
he's that guy where I would say in Legends he was sick because he's playing 2 roles, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then in Venom, I didn't really like him in Venom. I liked him in.
I told that movie was trash.
Yeah, I watched that. That came out time ago. Didn't I? I watched that.
Yeah.
Gassed for it. I think it was gonna be sick.
Yeah.
I didn't rate it.
He's got that look where you know you're gonna put him into the. I need a hard knock proper man. But then who also used to fit in that category is my man from Boston.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg.
But
Yeah.
he has range.
He does comedies and stuff like that. Yeah, I like Mark
that's
Wahlberg.
what I mean. He's some talented guy. He does comedies, does serious roles.
Yeah.
And he does that like the typical hard
But
geezer as well.
he killed Transformers for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
Oh, he was fucking shit.
Should have kept
What
it
was
with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf smashed it.
Shia LaBeouf was
He's
there.
cold,
Yeah,
yeah.
He's cold.
Where's he gone?
He had
There
like
was
a
some-
proper mental
there was-
breakdown.
yeah,
and
there was
then,
some
Yeah, that just do it.
but then
And he was
did a
dressing
film.
like he found clothes on the street,
Yeah.
like pure ripped jeans and clothes that didn't fit him. I don't know what happened to him.
Because he did a film as well. I think the film did quite well, like recently, or like a year or 2 years ago.
Last time I saw him act was in. Have you seen Lawless?
No,
With Tom Hardy.
Nah, I haven't seen it.
Hard film that.
I have to go and watch it.
he did a big film recently, but that's what I'm saying. The set man
He's a good actor.
he's a
Yeah,
great
he's-
actor. He's from
Lizzie
Even
McGuire.
Stevens.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
Even
Oh, even
Stevens.
Stevens.
Yeah.
Even
Who's the one from
Stevens.
Lizzie McGuire?
Which one from
Who am I thinking of? Lizzie McGuire?
the woman?
No, not obviously.
Wait, I don't know anyone big
What's her
that came
real
from Lizzie McGuire. Only apart from Lizzie McGuire.
What's the guy that was in it in Lizzie McGuire?
The
with
curly-
her? Yeah, with the curly hair.
Moose.
Nah. Moose is from
But
Step Up.
I think he only just did Lizzie McGuire and didn't do
Oh,
nothing
maybe
else.
I'm getting confused.
Yeah,
I thought
because it was
moved on.
Shia LaBeouf from Even Stevens.
Yeah.
And then when he did Transformers, what else did he do? He done some Indiana Jones thing as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's fell off. What? I don't know what happened to him.
No,
just
he
sort of
actually
went-
didn't fall off. He did a film that did very well.
But I think he lost himself for a little bit.
He did.
That one in a bit of a mad one, like
Right, he's 36.
Jim Carrey. Like, Jim Carrey's on a bit of a mad one at the minute.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like it happens to quite a lot of people. Like
Jim Carrey went on a mad one because he lost his wife.
Oh,
is
really?
that what happened?
Yeah. So Jim Carrey's wife died, and I think she died of cancer. And
you seen his tweets and stuff that he does?
Yeah, but some of his tweets
They're
make
sick.
sense.
They make a lot of sense.
They
So he
make
does
sense.
like these, for anyone who doesn't know, he does like these like caricature like drawings and stuff. But he puts like really like, I don't know whether they're like biblical or like spiritual messages like that either he's learned over the years or he's like amassed from somewhere, and he puts the caricatures out there, and like his tweets are just like full of them. I don't know whether he still does it now, but when you read them at the time, you might think, "What the hell's this?" But when you come back to it, you're like, "Oh, there's a message behind this."
Yeah,
and he's just a very.
He's a smart guy. I remember he went. I can't remember what chat show it was on, but he went on a chat show. And he went on some it looked like he went so off script.
Yeah.
That like I think it might have been Jimmy Kimmel was a little bit taken aback. The audience like didn't know, but then that was it. So he went off script completely. Started going on a tangent about I can't remember what he was talking about. I think he was talking about how corrupt Hollywood is, how corrupt fame is, all that sort of thing, and. There was loads of laughter on it, like he was joking. And then audience members came out and said, "We weren't laughing." Like that's added laughter in that they put to make viewers who are watching it think he's joking, think he's having a laugh. But in the audience, people are listening, like thinking he's onto something.
But Jim Carrey's on the same level as how I'll take Dave Chappelle. So Dave Chappelle, it's you're saying that because Dave Chappelle says it from a black standpoint.
No, I wasn't even thinking of that. Okay. I was thinking of it more because Dave Chappelle, I think the way he does his comedy and his stand-up, I think he means everything he says.
But so does Jim Carrey.
Yeah, so does Jim Carrey, but there's a more of an element of seriousness with Jim Carrey. Whereas with Dave, I feel like sometimes he's doing it for comedic purposes as well.
But Jim Carrey now, there's an interview that he said, and this is shortly after his wife died. And he was just talking about I can't remember the quotes per se, but basically it was like looking out of your life as a third person perspective.
Okay.
And how he dissected it and how he was saying like it just from a person saying that it looked like madness. But I genuinely feel like madness is a form of intelligence. It's like you could say like people with autism have a high IQ.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? But the same with madness.
It's like sort of like madness is allowing yourself to think without boundaries. Like just going. Like, have you ever listened to an interview with Kanye?
Yeah.
Like how he just talks and they will just go bang, 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 bang on to the next one. It's like he speaks with no limits. Like he doesn't limit himself to the way conversation should be. So I feel like that's what madness allows you. Madness just lets you sort of freestyle with conversation.
There's genius in madness. There's madness in genius as well. I would say definitely. But kind of moving the conversation on.
Yeah, how did we get on that tangent?
I don't know, man. That's what happens on the FrontLeft podcast.
Because we're FrontLeft.
Yeah, man. Of all conversations.
What is FrontLeft?
Come on, Josh. You got to tell them the story.
Because, alright, so this is back, not even back in the days. It still goes to now. So if you go to like any concert or any rave, because we used to rave a lot and we used to party a lot. That's how they know us. And if we ever get lost, or where can we find anyone? It'd be like FrontLeft.
Literally, that's it.
Literally.
So when we were deciding the name, we were going through all different names and stuff.
And I think it was me who said it one day. I was just like, you know what? Yeah. Literally, I was like, we should just call it FrontLeft. He's like, Trey was like, oh, whoa. I was like, yeah.
And I was like, FrontLeft.
I was thinking it was like front left part of your brain.
Oh man,
nah, it's not that deep.
It's like a creative
thing.
Like, I thought you'd like proper gone into it like that. What's the front of your brain? Is it like the front left?
Front cerebral cortex and all stuff
the
like
creative sections there or something? I failed science. I might be chatting out.
It's like people who are creative do think on this side and people who are logical and maths.
So I thought you'd gone on the deep one like that. I was like, oh yeah,
Nah.
it's literally I'll be the front left.
Do you know what's funny? People get onto it. And
they think it's political. Some people
and then
do.
some people will be like front left in the mix, and I have to do the fire
emoji. Like, you have to do the fire emoji.
If you know, because that's how it started. Because every time we used to get lost, if we went to big festivals or it's mad because our friend back in the days, and this is how front left is such a powerful phrase. We went Park Life, and this is like 2016 time. Because we went 2017, innit?
Yeah, I went.
You went 2016.
I went 14 all of 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh, did you go
I know,
17?
You got a season.
Yeah,
ticket.
No. I think I've been from.
He's been
4,
more. I haven't been the last couple of years where he's been.
But
like,
we all went in the day, and it's so hard to get signal.
yeah.
And we did tell them like we're gonna be at this stage.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
We don't know what time, but it'll be front left.
So he was working, and he got the coach to Park Life, and he'd come in like everyone had been there for a couple of hours.
Like I'm talking about a couple hours deep.
Like
This
4
ain't
p.m.
Yeah.
4 p.m. There's
Mid-
50,000 people in the festival kind of thing, and all we'd said previous is like we're gonna probably be in this tent, and we're probably gonna be towards the front left.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, like from nowhere, like 4 p.m. we have a hand on our shoulder.
And he's like,
And he was like, yo! And he's
then,
like,
yeah,
how the hell did you
front
find
left.
this? And he was like, you said front left. I could just see you from a
Yeah.
distance. He was like,
Anywhere
yeah.
you have to go, it's literally
Yeah.
front left.
Like we'll get lost somewhere and we'll just know, like we'll
we'll
find
I
somewhere.
feel like getting lost though, getting to the front left. I feel like front left's quite a difficult place to get to.
It kinda is,
How crowded?
Yeah.
How crowded? There's been times where, depending on the level of fucked in it,
yeah.
you just give up. You just like, yeah, allow it.
Yeah, you just stand whoever's
You're like,
next to you.
Yeah.
Make new friends there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but usually we're just like, but I know they're gonna be in this kind of
That,
vicinity.
yeah.
You'll find someone we know. So,
But like,
Yeah.
it's literally because there's been times where I've lost people, and you just have to deep it like, where would the man them actually stand?
yeah,
And then you just
But it's peak being at a festival and losing people, man.
oh man,
Oh man,
Peak. Oh,
Especially
especially festival for so long.
no signal on these gaffs as well.
Yeah,
You just gotta
yeah.
feel
Like it's that moment of helpless when you're fucked as well.
Yeah.
Like, looking around.
Yeah, you just
that
keep-
feeling when you find someone.
Yeah.
You're like parting the crowd, like screaming for them.
You just gotta think like, where would my friends be? Where would they be?
I might try that front.
I'm just
left.
gonna
no,
try it.
literally,
Try it.
it's
Yeah.
actually a
You
thing.
just see bare man at front left.
Do you know what's actually mad? Front left actually pops the best.
It does.
No, I'm not even gonna. I'm not even gassing it.
The speaker's
It's
just
not
there.
even- it's not
It's
even- It's not
yeah.
even bare man. It's just you could be now. Do you know what's actually mad? Mad example. Sonar.
So
When we went Elro Sonar,
yeah.
where we was is completely different from say where this corner was or this left bit was completely different from the right
Oh
bit.
no, it was. Nah, it was. It really was.
It was. It's like
So, like, if we had recorded it from just our perspective of this front left bit,
you won't think these people in the same
compared
place.
to the people who were over there,
You won't
different
think- you won't
experience.
think-
Different
you won't think
experience.
it's the same.
it was mad.
I've been places where even like set other events, and I'll be like,
You seen snaps of other people?
and then you see snaps, and I was like, this can't be the same.
Yeah, 'cause we were having the best time of our lives.
It's a
And
whole
it
completely
looked dead.
different experience. We can make a rainy outside look like Ibiza,
That's right.
and then the next place is exactly where it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's weird. I don't know
Front
how
left
it
goes
happens.
I'm gonna have to try the front left then.
Bro,
Yeah, man. Come with us, man.
Yeah, you
I've
actually
been-
should
I've
come
been
up.
missing out, maybe in the middle.
Yeah, man,
Front-
allow the
front
middle.
left, yeah.
Middle, you can't move anyway. Can't maneuver.
Yeah, you
Front
can't.
left.
I'm maybe resting my way to front left.
Yeah, man.
No,
Come-
serious.
come
It
through.
brings the best rhythm, the best gal.
You got space as well because
Nah, sometimes it gets too hectic.
no,
though.
in terms of like if you have to
Too
leave
many
there,
people know about the front left.
No,
it's
It's
when
a
you have to
tricky one.
maneuver, it's fine.
yeah,
Because it's like I need to go to the toilet. You're already by the side. You can sneak from the side.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, meet me. How can I? You come from the side way. Like you're gonna get lost. I'm gonna be there. I am.
Yeah,
so
yeah, true say.
it's one of them. But yeah. But yeah, like speaking of front left, I don't know how I'm gonna segue this, so
Go on, try it.
I'm gonna. So speaking of front left, and then so I've got it now. So speaking of front left, and then you go on a magazine and you open the front left page, and then you see
yourself.
reality TV stars. Oh yeah, I did it. That was a good one.
yeah,
So you see reality TV stars, and when you see reality TV stars, sometimes you see some stories,
Yeah.
and then we see some stories, and then you see some people you know, and the people you know happen to be you. And then yeah, so obviously people won't know, but like there's like been a rumor going around of like Owen, you know, partying with reality TV stars on holiday and stuff. So how did that come about?
Oh man, it was the longest thing. It started like it was a joke. Like it started off as a little joke. You know, it is on holiday too many bevies by the pool, and like literally just thinking, oh, should we? Like, this would be.
So did you go on holiday with the two ladies in question, or you
not
just
even,
met
not
them?
even. It was the maddest thing. So me and Bill had booked time off ages ago to go on holiday, and I would just book these dates and bank holiday. We'll book it off. If we can fly anywhere, we'll fly anywhere we can. So booked that, found a hotel, booked it sound. I found out that she was going to that same resort, and I was like, that's a bit mad. That I don't know how I feel about that. So just let.
Did you know her previous? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
I knew previous that she said, and I was like, because Bill booked it, and I was like,
yeah,
Bill, what's the name of our hotel? And he told me, and I was like, that's gonna be a bit mad. I was like, that's right. We'll just go on holiday. We'll have a good little time. Anyway, get there. Obviously, getting licked. I had a sick holiday. Like, we had a good time. But obviously, you don't make the best decisions when you're drunk. You don't think of repercussions. And obviously, for me, I'm not. I'm in the public eye, but I'm not in the public eye like certain people are in the public eye.
She's more in the public eye, way more.
Like, bro, she can't do anything without having an article written about her.
Yeah.
And like, she could put up an Instagram story that's a little bit controversial. Boom, there's every single paper within however long, half an hour, 40 minutes, has written about it. It's got like speculating about it. Me, I could put up a story and it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But so I didn't probably think about that. So I thought, this would be quite jokes. Like, it'll be a bit of a crease up. Posted it. I didn't even think about it. Next day, hella, I'm getting everyone popping up like, what's this message? I'm like, what do you mean? Hungover, looking at these, and I'm like, what? And everyone thinks that I'm getting married.
Married, you know?
Because I said this is like I'm stupid. Me.
Yeah.
I do a lot of things without thinking. All my mates know. I'll tell my mates stories, and they'll be like, again, and I do so many things without even thinking about it. So I commented on that saying, might propose next Tuesday.
Oh, I saw that.
If you know me,
it's a joke.
You know I'm joking.
Yeah.
I feel like I commented on something like that. Might propose next Tuesday.
And people took it serious.
Who takes that serious though? Like,
People are taking it seriously, man.
Like, why would I? If I was going to propose next
What
Tuesday,
did you do on Instagram?
Why would I comment? All right, just let you know, I'm proposing next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like, why would I say that? Yeah. So people are taking that seriously. Everyone thinks I'm getting married. And then next thing there's articles about how long we've been seeing each other. People are like this. This is a thing as well with newspapers.
I want to know who is. Do you know what's mad?
Who leaks them?
If you told me, I would be selling mad stories. I'd be like, we've seen each other time.
5-year affair.
But then this is the thing. On every article, there's like a source close to so and so says.
Who makes these up?
Who's this source?
Yeah, I want to know.
Bro, if I find this source, it's on site.
And it's mad because you were on holiday, so like, where they getting their like sources? Instagram.
Bro,
I
don't know.
Someone could have been. I would have sold some stories.
Yeah, but he would. So what you saying? Like someone seeing it on Insta?
Yeah, I would be like, yo, she came to Liverpool that one.
It was all over.
Yeah,
that's it started off as a joke, and then I don't read articles. I don't read anything like that.
Yeah.
So I've got them people saying, oh, you do know there's this out there, there's this. And it's like a whole like dialogue has been created of me and her having this past being together for months and months and months. And then we're thinking of settling down, like this and this is going like all these things are coming out about how we've been together and seen each other for a while. I'm like, no, we're not. Like this isn't, it's not a thing. Like how is this then?
Twisting the truth in it.
And then I've got some, well, so obviously I wasn't with her. Like we're never together. So I'm chatting to other girls. Like I'm single. I can do those sorts of things. So then I've got some clout chaser pop up and saying, "Oh, he was chatting to me when they were together." And then
so they piggybacked.
Made me look like such a mug, bro. Like these articles were saying like Owen was begging for a date, and I was like. My mates just sending me like begging, yeah. I'm literally there. It's like you can do nothing, you can say nothing. It's like me. I've been painted as this geezer that was in a relationship with this girl and then cheated on her. And there's like, and I'm here like none of that is true.
You're just at home looking at it.
Yeah,
like, the hell's this?
And I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I can't.
Romeo,
I don't want to.
I know, yeah, Romeo, man. It's in the name.
Look at
I don't want to be out here giving statements about things because I don't want to give them airtime. I don't want to give them more of a story to say.
And once you then give statements and airtime, it makes it look like you are.
Yeah, and exactly.
involved.
And also things can get twisted. For me, bro, I don't want to be. So I got that side of it. Like you see, like people like Billy and Bobby. We're in the same job. Billy and Bobby, won't get articles about their love life and stuff like that because I feel like it's more of a reality thing. So my ex was on Celebrity Big Brother, so she got introduced to that sort of side of things.
Okay.
So then I went with her, and then it then puts me in that limelight, makes articles then start writing about me, and now I'm getting articles written about whenever I get a new girlfriend. I'm like, realistically, who gives a shit? Like who cares if I'm with whoever? Like I'm reading these stories, I'm like, I don't care. Does anyone really care if I'm?
So like, what if you're dating someone who's not in the limelight and stuff? How do they handle it?
Well, how do they handle?
Like all of a sudden, like, so has their name been brought into it? Like, Owen's got a new girlfriend, and then now they're seeing themselves and they're like, what the hell?
Yeah. So one of my exes was she's a makeup artist from work, and obviously she's not in the public eye and not on TV or anything like that. And there's articles then about us being together, and I'm thinking like, who's gonna care that I'm with a makeup artist? Like that's not. No one's like neither me nor her are in the public eye like that for people to be looking into our lives like that.
I find it weird that like
people like this stuff though, innit?
Exactly. But like I don't get the sort of people that do, because for me, I'm a very sort of, this is the thing as well. Like I'm a private person. You might not have seen it because I've got all that stuff. Like, but I like to keep my stuff to myself. Like I like
100%.
to. Like I've got my close group that know what's going on, and then this is like a complete change to that, because I've then got people thinking they know what's going on. People then making assumptions about me because of what they've read, and I'm like the stuff out there.
When people tell you how to move, when you're telling, I hate that when people tell you, oh, this is what you should do, or the moves that you're doing, but they don't know what you're actually doing.
You don't know, like,
or because they see a video or picture, and now they think, now he's like this because I've seen him like this.
Exactly.
Jump into conclusions.
And it's then like I've got this certain like perspective of me is out there. Is this geezer jumps from girl to girl, cheats, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I can maybe.
You've said it on FrontLeft, and now you get your
maybe not. I'm loyal. But like and there's nothing. I put out a statement on my Instagram. Like I wouldn't usually do something like that. Like I wouldn't usually answer to it. But like things were getting mad. I was getting message request after message request. Like, oh, how dare you cheat on her? All this, and I'm like, what do I do? Reply to each individual one? Like I didn't do it. So I had to put up a statement saying I was never in a relationship. I didn't cheat. And I think it's literally down to the fact that I never realised that people could write things. Like the things can be published out there that aren't true. And there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. An article could come out saying...
ruin lives?
Yeah, but it has ruined lives. So many lives have been ruined. Like my ex had so much bad stuff written about it, and like it takes a toll. Luckily for me, it's only been about relationship and that sort of stuff. But people in the press come for your life. Like they'll die. That every little thing they'll pick out, and so some stuff won't be true. And it's then you get like a feeling of like, what can I do? Realistically, what can I do? Because I've got people reading these news outlets thinking that all these things about me are true when they're not. You're left in a position of like helplessness. Like what can you do? And for me, I'm fortunate. It's been on a small level. It's blown over. But some people get an article will come out, and then people will read that and they'll think, right, I can't think of an example, but something bad. They could then associate that person with that bad thing. And then it's in reality.
And then some people start hating them for it and everything.
Yeah, exactly. People getting hate for something that's not even true. And it's like, I feel like there should be something. There should be something like stopping that, some sort of a guideline, like something like it. I don't see how that's allowed.
I don't know, man. Journalism, the media, they're kind of just open to do what they like.
Exactly. Well, they've got the freedom to come for whoever they want.
That's why we're creating our own media on FrontLeft Podcast. None of all this fake news, no fake stories. This is the real deal, the hot tea,
real shit,
the gossip. But
talking like with the shade butter or something. The
hot
tea, the gossip.
The gossip.
That was my accent, by the way.
What accent is that meant to be?
Baltimore.
No.
All this time prepping himself, whispering down in that.
I was gonna actually, you know what? My accents are top tier.
They're not.
Why are you lying?
I've known you too long.
I have so much range.
The only one that you can do okay is a South African one, and still that's a bit dodgy.
My accent's so good, Scouse people don't even think I'm Scouse.
That happened once.
Every day of my life.
Go on, then. Let's hear it. What accent?
I remember when we went to a party and you convinced the guy that you were from London. The guy was so spun.
That was actually very good.
So spun.
Okay, so I'm from South Africa.
Say a bit more. You can't.
I know, yeah. That's the only line he says as well.
Okay. In South Africa, they want the diamond. Give us the diamond. That was for Blood Diamond. What else?
Is that you being Leonardo? Yeah.
Yeah, man. No, it's the guy. Give us free. What's his name?
Jimon Hunson.
Yeah, he's sick. What else can I do? I can't do American. I can do New York actually.
Okay.
It's the hand.
I know, yeah.
It's that like that's Italian.
That's the Italian New York.
Yeah, because I'm Italian New York.
Oh,
man.
okay, fair enough.
He's
What
getting
you,
the
I'm
character.
walking over here.
I'm walking here.
Danny DeVito is the.
What else can I do? I'll do Italian.
Wait, was that the New York?
That was it, man.
I'm still waiting for the New
Hey,
York.
you have to pay me for these stuff. Hey. Yeah, see? Actually,
talking to
that
me.
was me doing ventriloquism with
Chris.
was Chris. Smashed it. Yes.
See. We need to end this pod on that note.
Give us the diamond.
We need to put that at the beginning of the pod. But yeah, on that note, have you got anything to plug, anything to shout out? Where can the people find you?
Nothing to plug, man. I'm on Instagram, but I ain't got anything to plug, man.
He's not bait, but he's got 200 plus followers.
200?
K.
You missed out because
I've a lot of
200. Oh yeah.
200K.
Jeez.
Wait, do you promote High Smile?
What?
Oh, what, the teeth whitening thing?
Teeth whitening?
No. See, bro, to be honest, I'm awful on my Instagram. I don't go on my phone.
See, I see all these English people. That's all they promote. That thing with the light. Yeah.
When you put it in your mouth.
Finger in the mouth. No, I've never done anything like that. I don't use I probably should use it for like money ads and that, but I literally just put my phone down. Like when I'm with people, not on my phone, I'm the worst replier. It takes me like 2-3 days to reply.
I know. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Nah, I'm only joking.
That's just like, around here, man. You talking to me?
Nah, I'm
You
only
see with
joking.
the fishes.
What accent was that one?
I don't know. Man. It was sick.
That was like a freestyle.
Yeah, it was a freestyle. Improv.
If you're a casting agency watching this,
Yeah, they might, bro.
my email is
Expect your
Josh.
phone to be ringing.
Yeah, Josh. Let me plug it, man. Josh, the greatest.
That's your email.
Is that your email?
Yeah, hotmail.com. Okay.
Oh, I've got a different email. What's that? But
That's the actor one.
Send it to frontleft@icloud.com
Yeah,
as well.
man.
Yeah, man. Josh.
Give us the diamond.
It's the only line you can say.
Yeah, if you want him in your film to say any of the lines, no chance.
Yeah. One-liners. Smashing it.
Hey,
Smashing
man.
it.
If you need Hollyoaks, if you need extras, I hear you pay well. Yeah,
You can actually apply
Where
for
you got that from?
Hey, my boy. Hey,
Nah.
hey, you getting £100 a smile? Oh, come on.
A smile, you
That's
know.
smart. Wait, my mum's been an extra on Hollyoaks.
Oh, swear.
Yeah. She was. I brought her around to a little set tour, and then she was upstairs. Like she was just like crocheting. And then I was doing a scene, and I was like, "Yo, get my mum in this." So I brought her down. Literally, she was so gassed. She was on screen for like 1 second passing. She was gassed. She was like, bare nervous. She was like, "Is my walk alright? Is my walk okay?" Yeah, got like literally the back of her head walking to a cash point.
Oh, sick.
She filmed it. Got all her mates to watch it.
To watch the 1
Yeah,
second.
to watch the back of her head walk by.
Fair dues.
I get all
Fair
my
dues.
friends to watch it, to be fair. That's I'll be like,
Just be smiling in the camera.
I'll just bump it. I'll bump it to Romeo. Fuck. I'll just walk off.
Say a little diamond line.
Yeah. Give us the dial.
That would actually be sick.
Do you know how confusing that would be?
Yeah, you know what? I'm a chat to some people.
Yes.
I'll see what I can do.
Nah, see, there you go.
I can't
Hook
wait.
ups,
Get you
man.
that line.
Yes.
Places, people, yeah, we got friends in high places,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Imagine. I think we should just end it like
Yeah,
that.
we should.
Fine.
But anyway, yeah, find the FrontLeft Podcast, FrontLeft at, wow, man. At FrontLeft Podcast on Instagram, my head went.
Yeah, I'm FrontLeft
Email
Podcast.
if you got anything, you know, you want to sponsor us, you want to send us some free clothes, food, whatever.
That's a free food.
Yeah, to test it on the camera, do that. That'd be
a good little
sick.
shout, actually.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, if you want to follow, find Owen. you know, we'll plug him, we'll shout him
everything
out,
on the page.
we'll post
Nice
it.
one from me, lads.
No
Thank you
worries.
for coming.
Anytime you want to come back, yeah, man, you're
We're
welcome.
ready.
Front left, over and out.
Peace.
Peace.
Us.